Sprint Car National Championship. It is the final round of competition in the 2025 running of the NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing. 39 drivers have checked in here at the class track of Tri-State Speedway in beautiful Hopstad, Indiana, as the cars make their way out to get some heat and finish ironing in this racing oval. Let's set the stage. Go to Drake York.
Thank you so much, Brian. Well, race fans, we're finally here. We're finally at the finale of NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing. The 8th and final round here at the class track, Tri-State Speedway. Over to my right, I got US Highway 41. To the left, I got sprint cars on track here at the Tri-State Speedway. So much fun here throughout the entire NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing run so far, and we're looking to cap it off in a big way tonight. Of course, we'll talk about the points battle here in just a few moments and things to look out for. But let's start with your season-long USAC National Sprint Car Championship points headed into tonight's round here at the Tri-State Speedway. And no surprise, Kyle Cummins continues to lead the way with 2,028 points to his name. Mitchell Moles is 211 points behind, back in second. Funny enough, still the same deficit he had going into last night's round at the Bloomington Speedway. Logan Seavey is third, Briggs Daner fourth, Justin Grant, who of course broke his foot earlier in the week, he is at home resting up. If Justin's watching, want to say hi to him and his family and hoping for a speedy recovery for Justin. He still currently sits fifth in USAC National Sprint Car Championship points. Kevin Thomas Jr. and Robert Blue have been in a constant flip-flop for the sixth spot. For the moment, KTJ has it, as Robert Blue, with that crash last night, falls down to seventh. Jake Swanson is eighth, CJ Leary ninth, and Cale Drake currently rounding out the top 10. And here's what we're going to be focusing on all evening here at the Tri-State Speedway. Your NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing points headed into tonight here at the Tri-State Speedway. Logan Seavey leads with 418 points, his total so far in Indiana Sprint Week. Kevin Thomas Jr. there, ever looming back in the second spot. He's just 4 points behind Seavey. Then you go down to Briggs Daner. He is 43 points behind. Mitchell Moles is fourth, 52 behind. Kyle Cummins rounding out the top 5, 64 points behind. Jake Swanson sixth, Robert Blue seventh. CJ Leary 8, Chase Stockton behind you. Not only your winner at the pterodactyl track, but actually missed the round of Indiana Sprint Week. He's currently in ninth, and Gunnar Sitzer in his rookie run of Indiana Sprint Week, currently rounding out the top 10. Let's get over to your third round driver matchup. Hunter Maddox actually did beat Briggs Daner in that matchup last night, but Hunter not here tonight, so we'll have a brand new roster. Let's take a look at it. Carson Garrett, he is on the left-hand side of your screen at USAC driver 1. His opposition tonight, Jaden Rogers. But we will take a look at the USAC driver 1. That lineup, of course, belonging to Carson Garrett. Kevin Thomas Jr., Jake Stockton, Jaden Rogers, Eli Wilhelmus, and his roster. Once you can find them at USAC driver 1 in the post-race public lobby. At USAC driver 2, that, of course, is Jaden Rogers. He has Kevin Thomas Jr., Carson Short, himself, Aiden Schmidt, and Harley Burns. Let's take a look at run of show tonight for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship here at the Tri-State Speedway. Engine heat out on the Speedway right now. From there, we will go to our dirt draft hot laps. From there, Honest Abe qualifying with only the 39 cars in the pit area tonight. We will have 4 heat races with the top 5 will advance straight into the feature. Then 6 on back will go to our Elias Cups Racing Cards semi-feature. Top 4 advance from there, and that will set us up for our finale of Indiana Sprint Week 30 laps around the class track here at the Tri-State Speedway. We talked about that 4-point difference between Logan Seavey and Kevin Thomas Jr. And a reminder, too, points available to these drivers every time they're on the racetrack. Top 6 in
And the 12J spinning around here as they were getting ready to wind things up. So they will get the 12J pointed back in the right direction here. For those of you tuned in on the FloRacing broadcast, been chasing a little bit of an audio gremlin here, so we are working on addressing that, but we should have audio coming to the broadcast right now, just trying to get that fine-tuned, and we appreciate your... The field going to wind back up here. Dirt Drive Hot Lap session number 3 on the Speedway. So far, through 3 flights of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Kyle Cummins has been the quickest driver to 13.450, 13.530 for Kayla Rell. Jaden Rogers at a 13.542. Kevin Thomas Jr., 4th quick right now with a 13.560. And CJ Leary running at your top 5 quickest drivers at a 13.594. Logan Seavey, 13.730. Mitchell Moles, a 13.747. 13.768 for Harley Burns. Chase Stockin, 13.848. And Hayden Reinbold, 13.884. Group number 4 going to make their way out to the Speedway. Eli Wilhelmus out of Newburgh, Indiana, the Jerry Eigner Construction, Traders Brewing Company, Larry's Automotive, England Machine and Tool. Kent Wilhelmus, zone number 55, sitting on the back straightaway. 87 of Tony Helton, also back on the far side of the racetrack at Spencer, Indiana, the Ace Corporation, AJ Felco Racing Engine, DRC chassis, number 87. They will begin to fire here. The 2B, Cale Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The Pendleton Farms, Bennick Enterprises, Claxton DRC chassis number 2B. The backup car out tonight after barrel rolling 6 times off of the top at turns 3 and 4 at Bloomington Speedway as he worked over into turn number 3, confirming with them earlier today the right rear going down. And once it went down right in the middle of the turn, that's what dug in and sent him flying. Did go and get evaluated last night, got the all clear and good to go. So glad to see that Cale Drake back in action and went up and said, thank you very much for taking the initiative to go ahead and get yourself checked out instead of just getting back into the race car. Colin Ambrose out of Owensboro, Kentucky, the Butch and Billy's Diesel Services. Oakley Motorsports powered, Maxim chassis, Leary Shock Technology number 36. He makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Over onto the back straightaway, the 61M machine. That is Brady Short to the Bedford, Indiana. The Edwards Motorsports, Spec DRC chassis, auto wheel and rim. Randy Edwards own number 61M. The 83C, a Chance Crum, also on the Speedway. Out of Snohomish, Washington, driving the Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. FT3 Power DRC. Race Redeem Foundation, number 83. And the 10, that is Eric Gentry in Roe Barnes, Kentucky. The G&A Construction, Spec DRC chassis, Chalk Sticks, number 10. We're underway in Dirt Drive Hot Lap session number 4. Kyle Cummins remains the quickest driver on track so far. So the share of the 50-50 is up to $225. Make sure and grab your 50-50 ticket while you can. Remember, you can't win if you don't play. Final flight of Dirt Draft Hot Laps making its way out to the Speedway. James Boyd out of Tuscola, Illinois, driver of the Wolf Motorsports. Terry Cummings, DRC, Savior Roofing, Watson's Top Crop, Midwest Auto Services, Sylvia Motorsports, number 16B, sitting over in the back straightaway. Getting the push off into turns 3 and 4. Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California, driving the Inland Rigging, Snake Enterprises, one-way DRC chassis. JST Shock Technologies, number 5T. Robert Blue in the front straightaway. He comes to us at Rockland, California. The Suburban Subaru Deep Waterfront Services. Donna DRC chassis number 12. Getting upside down last night at Bloomington, catching one of the infield tires just wrong and sailing that car upside down. Said a little sore here today, but ready to get after it as he rolls onto the back straightaway. Rolling into turn number 1 out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. The Schneider & Sons Recycling. Oshucks Roasted Corn Boulevard Truck Repair number 39. That is Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner in the number 39. The 21M on the front straightaway. Carson Short out of Marion, Illinois, driving the Auto Wheel and Rim. Spec DRC and Machine Tool Edwards Motorsports number 21. He'll make his way over to the exit of turn number 2. '17, Kendall Rubel making his way through turns 3 and 4. Over at turn number 3, Logan Calderwood at Goodyear, Arizona, the MP Environmental, 6X Management Group, one-way XXX chassis, number 6. Again, drivers on track for your final flight of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Briggs Danner, the quickest driver on track for that set. He's 6 quick overall with a 13.601. But Kyle Cummins is your Dirt Draft Hot Lap quickest driver right now with a 13.450. Kayla Rell second quick at a 13.530. Jaden Rogers 13.542. Kevin Thomas Jr. at 13.560. And CJ Leary at a 13.594. Honest Abe Roofing qualifying coming up here in just a moment for the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. Honest Abe Roofing, America's reliable roofer, will present the Fast Qualifying Award for all 3 USAC National Divisions throughout the 2025 season. Honest Abe has been installing, repairing, and maintaining residential roofs since 2005, and they want to give you the perfect roof to protect your home and keep you comfortable. Honest Abe provides the fastest service in the roofing industry, and they're supported the fastest driver in qualifications. Visit honestaberoofing.com today to schedule your free roof inspection. $200 up for grabs here during Indiana Sprint Week, courtesy of Honest Abe Roofing, and an extra $200 in addition to for every additional quick qualifying time. Logan Seavey About $1,200 worth of quick qualifying time so far here during your NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week, presented by Honest Abe Roofing. Mitchell Moles, the season-leading quick qualifier at 8 so far this season. Seavey, his 7th last night. Dason Persley at 4, Justin Grant at 4. Briggs Danner, a pair of quick qualifying time runs this year. Leary, Reinbold, Drake, and Bacon all have been quick qualifiers. First contestant out to the Speedway in Westfield, Indiana. Driving the Edge Rock Development, Hoosier Speed. Ice Sky VP, Shane Hines' own Chevrolet DRC number 71H. This is Sam Hines. Sam Hines in the number 71H. Coming around lap number 1. He'll set the mark here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying at a 14.518. 14.518 with the driver of the number 71H. Picked up a win earlier this year in weekly competition up at the Paragon Speedway. 19th in the semi-feature event at Bloomington last night. Comes around second time and slower. 14.526. Lap number 1 will be the mark at a 14.518. Travis Miller out to the Speedway. He's out of Victoria, Australia. Joined the GT HVAC and Electrical, Miller Power DRC Chassis, King's Fiberglass, Advanced Living Solutions, Upright Enterprises, DNF Racing Products, number 93 AU. Comes around and takes over as your quick qualifier here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying at a 14.323. 1:43.23 seconds for Travis Miller. One feature start on the week at Terre Haute. Ran 16th last night, 14th in the semi-feature event. Miller coming around better in lap number 2 at a 14.302. 14.302 seconds. Travis Miller, now you're on the Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Third car out to the Speedway in Columbus, Indiana. Driven the Midwest 2 Mills, Davis Brothers, S&C Machine, Stanton Flea RC, Amsoil, Pipeline Transportation. The gear starts now. AN Transport number 5G. This is Gunnar Setzer. Gunnar Setzer in the number 5. Quick time on lap number 1 at a 13.745. 1:37.45 seconds. Gunnar Setzer to the top of the boards here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Looking for his first sprint week start here at Tri-State. Feature starts in the Spring Showdown. Finished 14th earlier this year. Comes around lap number 2, slower. He'll take his opening lap at a 13.745, but Gunnar Setzer, now you're on a Abe Roofing quick qualifier. CJ Leary next on the Speedway at Greenfield, Indiana. Drove the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, One-Way DRC Chassis, Yoke-Craft Elegant Cabinetry, Curb Yakaginian Racing Team Arizona, number 21AZ. Leary coming around. Lap number 1 will be quick time at a 13.714. 1:37.14 seconds for CJ Leary. 2 wins on the season at Silver Crown and USAC National Sprint Car Competition. Brings her up onto the cushion through turns of 3 and 4. Leary around. Lap number 2 will be a little bit slower, 13.728. He'll stand on his opening lap at 13.714. CJ Leary, now you're on Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Hayden Reinbold onto the Speedway now at Gilbert, Arizona. Driver the AME Electrical, Levante Windows and Doors, Indy Race Parts, Stanton Spike Chassis, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, number 19. Another driver in search of his first sprint week start here at Tri-State. Feature starts at the Spring Showdown. Ran 9th here in the month of May. Also has starts in the Hopstock Hustler. Goes third quick on his opening lap at a 14.282. 1:42.82 seconds. 8th place last night at the Bloomington Speedway. 15th at Terre Haute. 7th at Circle City. His best run of sprint week so far. Comes around second quick. Lap number 2 at a 13.717. 1:37.17 seconds for Hayden Reinbold. Back in action out of Worthington, Indiana. Driven the Baldwin Fox Racing, Velocity USA, Fox Paving, Brewer Farms, BXB Raceware, DRC number 5. This is Jaden Rogers. Jade Rogers in the number 5. Sailing the high side around on lap number 1. Quick time at a 13.589. 1:35.89 seconds for Jaden Rogers. 3 wins on the season outside of USAC National Competition. The most recent, June 22nd, with the Midwest Thunder Series right here at Tri-State. Comes around better. Lap number 2, a 13.419. 13.419 seconds. Jade Rogers, now you're on Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. The human highlight reel onto the Speedway now. Jeff Benson out of Sebastopol, California. Drove the Quick Time Electric, Independence Heating and Cooling, Don Maxim Chassis, Dave Anderson, number 00X. Winner of the Josh Burton Memorial back in the month of May up at Bloomington Speedway. Comes around lap number 1, 14.811, 14.811 seconds for Jeff Benson. Last night at Bloomington, a 5th in your Elliott's Custom Trailers Kart semi-feature event. His only other appearance on Sprint Week competition back at Lincoln Park Speedway. Also 15th in the semi. Comes around lap number 2, better, 14.653. Better on time, not position. 7th quick at a 7 so far for Jeff Benson. Out of Patoka, Indiana, we've got Sam Scott on the Speedway, driving the Thacker Concrete, Spec Power DRC Chassis, Compton Farms, England Machine and Tools. Sam Scott owned number 7S. Looking for his first career sprint week start here at Tri-State and USAC National Competition. Feature start in the Spring Showdown back in 2023, where he finished 22nd. in action up at Terre Haute with an 8th place finish in the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. His opening lap is a 14.733. Lap number 2 as he'll come around and stop the clock at a 14.417. He'll jump to 6 quick. That was Sam Scott in 7. The 19 AZ onto the Speedway. 8 times this season, he has been your Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier to Raisin City, California. Driver the AME Electrical, Stanton Spike, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Kaiser Wheels, Reinbold, Underwood Motorsports with 19 AZ. This is Mitchell Moles. Mitchell Moles, 5th quick on his opening lap at a 13.751. 137.51 seconds for Mitchell Moles. 2-time starter in Sprint Week competition here at Tri-State. Ran 2nd here 1 year ago. An 8th place finish as well back in 2022. Comes around quick time at a 13.340. 13.340 for Mitchell Moles. Now your Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. Troy Carey onto the Speedway at Tillamore, New South Wales, Australia. Driving the Supos, Claxton Ripper, Davis Brothers, Yoss Valley Waste Services, Glitch Contracting, number 45 in. Baxter through turns 3 and 4. He'll come around and he'll stop the clock 10th quick at a 15.025. 150.25 seconds. 13th place in the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event last night at Bloomington Speedway. Comes around lap number 2 and better. 8th quick at a 14.482. 144.82 seconds for Troy Carey. From right down the road in Fort Branch, Indiana, we find the Brown Brothers Excavating, Dayweek Meats, Lucas Oil Center, Kistler, DRC Chassis, SNC Machine, England Machine and Tool, Moose Racing number 92. This is Chase Stockin. Chase Stockin in the number 92 comes around on his opening lap, 6th quick at a 13.979. 139.79 seconds for Chase Stockin, a 12-time Sprint Week starter here at Tri-State. Ran 10th 1 year ago. Comes off of turn number 4, lap number 2, 3rd quick at a 13.656. 13.656 for Chase Stockin, 6th on the field. Ricky Lewis out to the Speedway out of Oxnard, California. Driving the Superior Tank and Trailer, Stinson DRC Physical Medicine Consultants, T-Transport, Haley Motorsports, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Morris Farms, number 41. Lewis coming around in search of his first Tri-State feature start in USAC National Competition. Goes 7th quick on his opening lap at a 14.274. 142.74 seconds for Ricky Lewis. 16th last night at Bloomington. Comes around lap number 2 for Lewis. Is better on time, not position. 14.063. 7th quick for Ricky Lewis. Logan Seavey out to the Speedway now at Sutter, California. The Mount Mechanical Contractors, Drop Light, Bob Hurley RV, Carrington Homes, Indy Custom Stone, CGCPA, Sport Check Marketing, Abacus Racing, number 57. A 4-time Sprint Week starter here at Tri-State, ran 3rd here 1 year ago. Goes 7th quick on his opening lap, a 13.782 second attempt. A 2-time winner here during Sprint Week competition, Lawrenceburg, and then last night at Bloomington. He's the only repeat winner so far here during Indiana Sprint Week of 2025. Comes around 2nd time, better on time, not position, 13.758, 7th quick for Logan Seavey. Back in the family car here tonight at Littleton, Colorado. Drive the Working Distributors, One-Way DRC, Bush Light, Hornbeck Concrete, Dayweek Meeks, K&K Excavating, DRC, One-Way Power number 15. This is Carson Garrett. Carson Garrett in the 15. Comes around on his open lap, 14th quickest at a 15.035 second lap. Again, 15.035 for Carson Garrett. Had been in the Epperson number 2E during Indiana Sprint Week, as that team not making the trip down here, as the plan was to go back into their own number 15. Comes around 2nd trip at a 14.716, 147.16 seconds. 14th quick for Carson Garrett. Onto the Speedway now. He was quick during hot laps. We'll see how he does here during Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. At Princeton, Indiana, driver the Avante Windows and Doors, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Stanton, Mach-1 Chassis number 3P. This is Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins in the 3P. Lap number 1, 13.948 for Kyle Cummins. That'll put him 8th quick. Again, 13.948 for Cummins on his opening lap. A 15-time Sprint Week starter here. Winner in 2017, 19, and 2020 of Sprint Week competition. 7 times overall. 2nd time by at 13.973. He'll stand on his opening lap at a 13.948. 8th quick for Kyle Cummins. Kyle Shipley onto the Speedway now to Phoenix, Arizona. The Benz Asphalt, the Blind Man, Quick Time Electric, B&B Farms, Kistler, Triple X Chassis, Black Gold Racing at 0G. Comes around on his opening lap, and he's going to be 16th at a 14.750, 147.50 seconds. Picked up a win up at Lincoln Park in weekly competition back on April 26. Last night, 20th at the Bloomington Speedway. Best run of the week was an 8th up in Lawrenceburg. Comes around, picks up 1 spot to 15th at a 14.710. The Brit Aero, Timberland Lumber Company, Jason Kiefer Racing, Youngblood Farms, Ace Construction, D&J DRC number 16 out of Brazil, Indiana. This is Harley Burns. Harley Burns at speed here during Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Looking for his first USAC national start here at the Tri-State Speedway. Comes around 10th quick on his opening lap at a 14.235. Works onto the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. 3 wins outside of USAC competition, most recently in June, back at weekly action up at Paragon. Comes around better on time, still 10th quick at a 14.166. Lap number 2, better for Burns. On the track now, he comes to you out of Terre Haute, Indiana, driving the Maddox Heating and Cooling, Pro Source, Newman Motorsports, Hill Construction, Gresham DRC chassis number 28. This is Brandon Maddox. Brandon Maddox in the number 28, a 4-time Sprint Week starter here at Tri-State. His best run in 2014, where he crossed 15th. Comes around 18th quick on his opening lap at a 14.733. Last year, finished 24th in the feature event. Ended up in the semi-feature last night up at Bloomington Speedway with a 7th place finish. Comes around lap number 2 for Maddox. Will slower, 14.786, 14.733 on lap number 1, 18th for the driver of the number 28. The Smoking Bong Head Shop, Full Throttle Automotive, Spec DRC, Ben Ritchie Racing, back to Roots Tree Services. Yonkers OGs number 12J, this is Steve Justice. And the number 12J. Last time we saw him during Sprint Week up at Lincoln Park Speedway, finished 11th in the Hoosier Tire C feature event. 19th quick on his opening lap at a 16.064, 160.64 seconds for the number 12J. Makes his way off into turns 3 and 4. Thought he was going to take her around there for just a second. Gets it back underneath him, and he will stay 19th, but he does improve a little bit on lap number 2 at a 15.913. He's won more than anybody here in USAC National Competition, 8 times to be exact, and 14 starts here in a Sprint Week competition. At the class track, Kevin Thomas Jr. to Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric, Stanton Mach 1 chassis number 3, second quick on his opening lap at a 13.389, 133.89 seconds for Kevin Thomas Jr. 1 year ago here in Sprint Week, ran 7th in the feature event, brings it low off of turns 3 and 4, lap number 2. Going to be slower, a 13.581 to 13.389 on his opening attempt. Second quick for KTJ. A lot of speed and hot laps for the young lady out of Dillsboro, Indiana, driving the Southern Insurance, Farm Chevy built spike chassis, heavy-duty truck and transmission number 4K. A little bit of a misstep there through turns 1 and 2. Kayla Rell, as she is on the clock. It is green the first time by. Driver looking for her first career Sprint Week start here at the class track. Feature start in the Spring Showdown. Finished 12th in the month of May. Also has starts in the Hopstock Hustler. 16.990 on her opening lap. Looking to make up for it here on lap number 2. Rolls up to the top at turn number 3. Rooster tails it onto the front straightaway. Exit to number 4. And Kayla Rell going to jump up to 10th quick at a 14.044. So a good improvement and a good save on lap number 2. Donnie Brackett out to the Speedway at a Fort Branch, Indiana, driving the Owen Ryan Harrison, AFCO Shocks, K1 Race Gear, CB Designs, Lucas Oil Center, Speedway Motors, DRC Chassis, number 4B. A 4-time starter in Sprint Week competition here at Tri-State, ran 15th 1 year ago behind the wheel of that number 4B, goes 21st quick on his opening lap at a 14.885, 14885 seconds for Donnie Brackett. Works through turns 3 and 4. Comes around to the drop of the checkered flag. He'll improve to 17th at a 14.644 second lap. Next driver onto the Speedway, Aiden Schmidt. He's out of Hopstad, Indiana, driving the Westside Automation, spec-powered Mach 1 chassis, Holzmeyer Lawn and Landscaping, Vision 1 Composites, Crew Seed Services, Adam Schmidt owned number 12S. Comes around on his opening lap. He'll be 22nd at 14.787, 14787 seconds for Aiden Schmidt. Made his first career Sprint Week start here at Tri-State last year. Finished 18th in the feature event. Comes around lap number 2, and it's going to be a 14.227, better 13th for Aiden Schmidt. Tony Helton out of Spencer, Indiana, onto the Speedway. The Ace Corporation, AJ Felker Power, DRC, number 87. Look out. A little bit of a misstep there over in turns 3 and 4. Gets the Ace Corporation, number 87, back underneath them and goes 23rd quick at a 15.101 on his opening lap. 9th last night. Look out. Nearly spins around over turns 3 and 4. Gets it back underneath them. Lap number 2, going to be a toss at a 15.888, 15.101 on lap number 1 for Tony Helton. Charles Davis Jr. out to the Speedway Out of Buckeye, Arizona, driver the MP Environmental, Black Magic Beat Breaker, Stanton DRC Chassis, AME Electrical, FK Indy, Chuck D's Wiener, Central Arizona Speedway number 47. Two-time starter in Sprint Week competition here at Tri-State. Charles Davis going to come around 12th quick at a 14:155. Ran 16th 1 year ago. Prior to that, it was all the way back in 2003 with a 12th place finish. 18th at Bloomington last night. Comes around lap number 2 for Charging Charles Davis. Moves to 10th quick at a 13:978. 13:978 seconds for Charles Davis Jr. Coming off of a career best finish last night at Bloomington Speedway with a 3rd place run out of Snohomish, Washington. Driving the Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Pit Logic, FG3 DRC, Elevate Race Media, Race Redeem Foundation, CSI Z-Max number 83C. This is Chance Crum. Chance Crum, 17th quick on his opening lap at a 14:440, 14440 seconds for Chance Crum. Another driver in search of a Sprint Week start here at Tri-State comes around lap number 2. And a little bit slower, 14:520, a 14:440 on lap number 1. Next driver onto the Speedway, Brady Short. He's out of Bedford, Indiana, driving the Edwards Motorsports, England Machine and Tool, Spec Power DRC, Auto Wheel and Rim, Randy Edwards' own, number 61M. 11-time starter at Tri-State here in Sprint Week competition. Ran 12th 1 year ago, 25th quick on his opening lap at a 14:979. A 2-time winner here in USAC National Competition. Sprint Week as well as the Hopstop Hustler back in 2015. Second time by, 16th quick at 14:333. That was Brady Short in 61. Colin Ambrose out of Owensboro, Kentucky. The Butch and Billy's Diesel Services, Oakley Motorsports, Maxim Chassis, Tap Motorsports. Lynn Ambrose owned number 36. The Green Machine going to work around here on lap number 1. And Ambrose going to go 26 at a 15:082, 15082 seconds. Another driver looking for their first Sprint Week start here at Tri-State in USAC competition. Feature starts in the Spring Showdown, 19th back in 2018. And his last feature start in 2022, he ran 15th during the Hopstop Hustler. Comes around 19th quick on lap number 2 at a 14:474. Next on to the Speedway to Collinsville, Oklahoma. It's the Duke of Curls. It's Cale Drake. And the Pendleton Farms, Bennick Enterprises, Claxon DRC. John and Cheryl Long, Honest Abe Roofing, Bennick Enterprises, number 2B. 29th driver out to qualify. And Cale Drake going to go 13th quick on his opening lap at a 14:081. Sprint Week starter here last year, finished 17th, has 2 wins on the season in midget competition. Sweet Springs back in May, and then Circle City during Indiana Midget Week. Comes around 11th quick at a 14:010, 11th for Cale Drake. Eli Wilhelmus next onto the Speedway out of Newburgh, Indiana, driving the Jerry Eigner Construction, Traders Brewing Company, Larry's Automotive, RLH and Associates, England Machine and Tool, Kent Wilhelmus owned number 55. Feature starts here in the Spring Showdown, finished 23rd back in the month of May, goes 14th quick in his opening lap at a 14:137. 12th in the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event last night at Bloomington, Circle City. Unfortunately having a scratch after getting upside down and qualifying. And a 16th in the semi at Lincoln Park. Goes to 12th quick on his second time around at 14:017. That was Eli Wilhelmus. Eric Gentry at Robards, Kentucky. The G. Nick Construction Spec DRC, England Machine and Tool Chalk Sticks. Larry Gentry owned at number 10 onto the Speedway now. Has 3 Sprint Week starts here at Tri-State. Ran 23rd here 1 year ago. A 20th in 2021 and a 19th in 2020. Goes 25th on his opening lap at a 14:648, 14:648 seconds. 18th in the semi-feature event last night at the Bloomington Speedway. Brings it around off of turn number 4, lap number 2 for Gentry. Does improve by 1/17 at a 14:245. Kobe Simpson on the racetrack now. He's all the way from Bonham, Texas, driving the B-Town Automotive, Kennedy Power, DRC Chassis, Circle C Adventure, Simpson Performance Horses, Tops Up Beerbud Quality Thread, Scorpion Racewear, number 21K, into the wall over in turns 3 and 4. Sets her back down, gets back on the throttle. Lap number 1, 15:809. 15809 seconds for Kobe Simpson. Keeps her matted onto the back straightway. Going to see if he can recover here on lap number 2. Nearly takes her around, straightens her out to the front straightway. And we'll see if the second time by is better. It is on time, not position. 15:537 for Kobe Simpson. James Boyd out to the Speedway now, driving the Wolf Motorsports, DRC, Terry Cummings Racing Engine, Watson Top Crop, Savior Roofing, Midwest Down Services, Greg Fisher, Sylvia Motorsports, number 16B, comes around 30th quick at a 14.857, 14857 seconds for James Boyd in his opening lap. He really backs her around there at the exit of turn number 2. The Tuscola, Illinois driver going to make his way around off of turn number 4. We'll see where he lands on his second time by. A little bit slower, a 14.956, a 14.857 on lap number 1 for James Boyd. The 17 onto the Speedway now. He's out of Vincennes, Indiana, driving the Martin's Auto Care. Ben Arthur Heating and Air Conditioning, Iconic Foam Insulation, JR1 Racing Oil, Mac Performance Parts and Equipment, Wholesale Drainage Supply. Number 17, this is Kendall Rubel. Kendall Rubel. And the number 17, 14.116, 14.116 on his opening lap. A 16-time starter here in a Sprint Week competition. Ran 22nd during the 2024 Spring Showdown. Comes around, lap number 2, better, 10th quick at a 13.978. So Kendall Rubel, who has 16 career Tri-State Speedway starts here in USAC competition, goes 10th quick on his qualifying attempt. The 21M out to the Speedway now. That is Carson Short out of Marion, Illinois. The Auto Wheel and Rim, Spec DRC, England Machine and Tool, Edgeworth Motorsports, number 21. Comes around 12th quick on his opening lap at a 13.984, 13984 seconds for Carson Short. Winner up at Red Hill early this year with the Midwest Thunder 410 Series, a 6-time Sprint Week starter here at Tri-State. A winner in 2016. He ran 14th 1 year ago. Comes around slower, 14.538. 12th quick with his opening lap at 13.984. Down to the final few drivers to qualify, and out to the Speedways out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, driving the E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Oshucks Roasted Corn, Boulevard Truck Repair, Davis Brothers Apache Transport, Rider DRC number 39. This is Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner, 5th quick on his opening lap at a 13.674, 13674 seconds. Two-time starter here in Sprint Week competition, ran 22nd last year and a 9th place finish back in 2022. Comes around, lap number 2, identical, 13.674. Lap 1, lap 2, they're identical, and they're good enough for 5th quick. Fresh off of a win last night with the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series up at Millstream. He's at Goodyear, Arizona, driving the MP Environmental 6X Management Group, One-Way XXX Chassis, JST Shock Technologies, Rex's Tattoo and Massage Parlor number 6. This is Logan Calderwood. Logan Calderwood in the number 6 goes 14.485 on his opening lap, puts him 27th quick right now. Last with us at Terre Haute with a 21st place finish, comes around lap number 2. A 13.700. Logan Calderwood jumps to 6th quick. Next driver on track out of Anaheim, California, driving the Inland Rigging, Snake Enterprises, Darty Motorsports, CK Enterprises, JST Shock Technologies, One-Way DRC. Fine Line Drafting number 5T, this is Jake Swanson. Jake Swanson, 12th quick on his opening lap at a 13.961. Winner earlier this year with the USAC CRA Series, presented by Avante Windows and Doors out of Mojave Valley. That was back in February. Last feature start here in Sprint Week competition in 2021, where he ran 12th. He goes 11th quick on his second time by at 13.855. Final driver to qualify. He comes to you out of Brooklyn, California. Driving the Suburban Subaru, Dean's Waterfront Services, Burks Western Telecom, Core Installation, Hitchman, Indy, Amy Gardner Roofing, Factory Kane, Donut DRC number 12, the Madman, Robert Ballou. Robert Ballou in the number 12 going to work around on his opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock, and it will be 14.550, 30th quick for Robert Ballou on lap number 1. 14 times he has made the cut here in Sprint Week competition. A winner in 2014 and 2022. Ran 11th here 1 year ago during Sprint Week competition. 4th quick second time by at a 13.576. 135.76 seconds for Ballou. Puts him 4th. Yes, that'll wrap up Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. 5th quick tonight, Chase Stockin. 4th quick, Robert Ballou. 3rd quick, Jaden Rogers. 2nd quick, Kevin Thomas Jr., and tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier comes to you out of Raisin City, California. Driver the AME Electrical, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Kaiser, Stanton, Spike, Reinbold, Underwood Motorsports, of 19AZ race fans. Give him a hand, Mitchell Moles. The 9th time this season, Mitchell Moles has been your Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. Time of 13.340. In fact, the last time we were here for the showdown, he was also the quick qualifier. His time back in the month of May was a 13:003. So we'll have quick qualifier interview coming up here in a little bit. Before we get to that, mini sprints coming out.
Thank you, Brian. Race fans, on behalf of the Midwest Mini Sprint Association, we say thank you for coming out and supporting Tri-State Speedway on this absolutely gorgeous Saturday night. We have 17 cars here in attendance this evening. This is an invite-only event. So 17 cars invited out here. Race fans, we will give everyone an opportunity to take some time. Race fans, as he rolls into turn number 1, we want to give a shout out. Driver of car number 3, celebrating his 15th birthday tonight. Happy birthday to the Rell Farms. Dillsboro, Indiana driver Jake Rell. Jake Rell celebrating his 15th birthday. Car number 38 as he rolls into turns number 3 and 4. The Woods Auto Body, Eagleson Construction, Country Financial, Blanks Construction, Old Illinois driver. And car number 38, that is Johnson Ginder. Ginder in the 38. Your current points leader currently in car number 22 as he rolls here in front of the flag stand. That is Jordan Shipley from Bloomington, Indiana. Driving the Hoosier Speed, Hoosier Scrapbooking, Stanger Excavating, and Langley Excavating FSC chassis. The Expressway Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, United Mechanicals, Center Street Wheel and Tire, and Siegels Uniforms. Number 88 out of Evansville, Indiana, that is Parker Ballmeyer. Parker Ballmeyer in car 88. The 1-2 Tree Trimming, Cowboys Flea Market, Vincent, Indiana driver, driving the M21. That is Brian McCrary. McCrary in the M21. And right behind him on the Speedway, driving the black number 29. Out of Evansville, Indiana, the Bailey's Chassis, Dirkholtz Farm, Deep Blue Indoor Play, Big Mike's Bolton, Left Lane Hauling Services, Chase Hayfling. Hayfling in the 29. Out of Princeton, Indiana, the Frisco Designs, Tuts of Shade, Park City Auto, and Doc's Electric, number 818, Nick McCannon. Nick McCannon in the 818. White flag lanes will give all of our drivers 2 opportunities to make the quick time. Checkered flags wave. And that will conclude group number 1. A special shout out to Rod and Supply. Rod and Supply, the proud sponsor of your group qualifying sessions. And we are looking for the Hoosier Speed Quick Time tonight. The Hoosier Speed Quick Time. Hoosier Speed is the source for all your parts and service needs for all things open wheels, from lightning sprints to midgets to full-size sprint cars. Hoosier Speed has you covered. Give them a follow on Facebook. You either drive one or you follow one. Tonight's feature event, we will be looking for the Lucas Oil Center of Evansville's Hard Charger recipient last night, Jeremy Schnepper, plus 12 at the High Banks of Bloomington Speedway. First car we will see across the start-finish line, the Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Hirsch Motorsports, Project Associates Incorporated, Foz Chassis out of Newburgh, Indiana. It's the 51A of Adam Hirsch. Hirsch in the 51A. She hails all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, driving the Foz, J. Miller Steak Company, Brian Buck Graphics, New Dawn Towing and Recovery. It's the X of Samantha Alloway. Alloway in the X. Driving car number 19. Some new sponsors for him tonight. The A+ Durs, Heating and Cooling, and Plumbing Machine number 19H. That's Luke Ringham. Luke Ringham in the 19H. The 9M from Elberfeld, Indiana. That is Blake Miles. Miles in the 9M. 34D, the delivery man, Logan Harris, the Honest Abe Roofing, Pro Finish, AdVision, Tyson Family, and the Evansville Ketamine Center, 34D. checkered flags wave. The 48 of Eric Weber, the Weber's Insurance number 48, and the Halsman Refrigeration number 97 of Nolan Kiefer. Nolan Kiefer in car number 97. And once again, last night's Hart Charger, that was Jeremy Schnepper in car number 56. Mays Roofing Cloud Defensive Pinup Baggers and Drew Matthews Realty sponsored machine. Race fans, that does conclude tonight's group qualifying for your Midwest Mini Sprints, and I believe that will take us into some track prep as we get ready to go for tonight's racing action. Once again, if you haven't had a chance, jump on your favorite social media website. Give them a huge shout out right here at Tri-State Speedway. We want to give a special thanks to Daywig Meats of Hopstock, finest quality meats products since 1916. Tri-State Speedway serves Daywig hot dogs, burgers, and tonight's bratwurst as well. An amazing place right here in Hopstock, Indiana. Shout out to Daywig Meats.
As he has made his way down into the infield, tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. $400 in his pocket here tonight as he doubles them up and continues his run. 9th on the season. Let's go down to Christy Bemis.
Second Honest Abe Roofing fast time on the week, and obviously close a number of times this week, later in the night as well for Mitchell Moles, who is your Honest Abe Roofing fast qualifier tonight for the finale of Indiana Sprint Week. And Mitchell, how good does it feel to know, you're one of the biggest contenders at this place these days?
Yeah, no, it's great. I started off my career struggling here immensely, so just super thankful and super blessed to be able to perfect my craft here, I should say. Trying to use the Justin Grant words, but obviously we're all thinking about Justin and everything. He's probably at home laid up watching this, and that's how I figured this out. I just started watching him qualify. He's always in the top 6. And it's got to be something he's doing, like at some point. So just kind of watched a lot of his qualifying efforts and feature stuff, and it worked out. Obviously, my guys give me a great car every time we come here, and we've been so close to winning a race this year. It hasn't worked out, and it's all in God's timing. It's in God's hands. So we're just here to hold the wheel and smash the gas.
They're obviously Tri-State Speedway tonight, a little bit different than what we normally see, especially early in the night, a little bit slicker. They're obviously going to do a full rework. They're in the middle of doing that right now. What does it say about you and your team that you're able to adapt to changing circumstances like that?
So this is like the most unlike Hopstock qualifying we get every year. I feel like this race, it's always the hottest, and we see the driest track conditions for qualifying. It's always smash the fence down there, kind of figure it out over here. So I feel like the last few years it's been like that, and I kind of take the mental note on that. Yeah, I feel like they're going to change it. It's going to go right back to normal Hopstock, and we're just going to kind of see how it plays out. The sun's still up, so I think it will go away a little more again, and then these guys are going to fire up the John Deeres and get her juiced up again.
We always know what to expect here at the Tri-State Speedway. That's what we love about it. Mitchell Moles is your Honest Abe Roofing fast qualifier for night number 8. That's right, the finale night of NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week, presented by Honest Abe Roofing.
Thank you very much, and remember, at the close of tonight's program, somebody's walking away with an extra $25,000 in their pocket as the champion of the 2025 NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week, presented by Honest Abe Roofing. Kevin Thomas Jr. trailed by 4 after qualifying. He is up by 1. So now he is back atop of the points here in Sprint Week standings. $50,000 point fund up for grabs here tonight. The winner walks away with $25,000. And coming into tonight, Richie Murray had posted a story out. There were 7 drivers who were still mathematically in contention coming into tonight's program. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. But right now, track work going on here on the FloRacing broadcast. We're going to step away. We'll be back in a moment.
Big cars and big speed. USAC Silver Crown Racing is back at the mighty high banks of southern Indiana Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery on Saturday, August 9th. It's the return of USAC Champ Cars to Salem for the first time in 5 years as Cody Swanson looks to run his Salem Silver Crown winning streak to 6, while others like Grant, Leary, Santos, Mulrig, Armstrong, Burns, and more look to break through. It's open at noon Eastern. Spectator gates open at 3 p.m. Practice begins at 3 with qualifying at 6 and and racing at 7. It's the first 100-lap USAC event at the 5/9 mile oval in 57 years. Don't you dare miss it.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Are you looking for a new race car hauler, trailer, or easy-go golf cart? What about something dependable? How about buying from someone you can depend on? Contact Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts. They're a certified Featherlight dealer with all kinds of trailers and other products to fit your needs. Located just 2 hours north of downtown Indianapolis, Elliott's Custom Trailers will deliver your trailer or cart anywhere in the United States. No matter where you're from or what you're looking for, the goal is always the same: ultimate customer satisfaction. So don't wait. Contact Elliott's today and find a trailer or golf cart that fits your needs.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com.
Our summer block party is in full swing at Lou Fuse Kia Terre Haute. Celebrate summer with incredible deals like the all-new K4, $199 a month, new Sportage, $239 a month, or new Telluride, $379 a month, all backed by Fuse. Celebrate and save at our summer block party. K4's $199, Sportage's $239, Telluride's $379 at Lou Fuse Kia Terre Haute, home of the 200,000-mile warranty. Lou Fuse, we are family.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. Yeah, well, I'm gnarlier than you. I get more sideways. I'm louder. Much louder. I get wilder than you. You sure about that, bro?
Harder.
Slicker.
Cooler.
Tougher.
Let's go.
So what you got?
Hey, are you caught in the tariff trap, rising costs, and unpredictable delays? Well, it's time to reshore, reclaim, and reinvent with Parallax Group Incorporated. With over 30 years of expertise, we deliver high-quality assembly and manufacturing solutions right here in North America. Our strategically located facility near the U.S. border ensures faster distribution and reduced logistics costs. Experience efficiency, control, and excellence in every product. Parallax Group Incorporated. Quality assembly processes in North America.
Crashing, it hurts, right? The car owner usually pays to get the car fixed, but who pays for you to get fixed? Are you a race car driver that does not have coverage insurance? Steeda is your answer. Don't race another lap without being covered. Get info now at steeda.com or call 1-800-378-4608.
On FloRacing, track work underway here at the Clash track. Prior to tonight's program, we had a chance to go down and talk to the two drivers who are duking out at the top of the points. And of course, Logan Seavey had led coming into tonight. Now it is Kevin Thomas Jr. back up top by one. Both of those drivers, two separate interviews. Here's what they had to say.
Kevin Thomas Jr. enters the finale of NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week, just 4 points behind points leader Logan Seavey. And of course, KT, a two-time Indiana Sprint Week champion already. So you know how to execute on this level. What's going to be the key to executing tonight to get your third Bridgeport rocker?
Just going out there making smart laps. It's 4 points. That can get eliminated or extended, just in qualifying. So it's being good all night matters. And, every spot's three points. So, you just got to, you don't want to count points, but you do have to pay attention and, put yourself in position to win. That's key, but also know where your competitors are at. So, I hate even thinking about stuff like that, but, that is the name of the game here this week. And, we've done a good job so far. And I feel like we're at one of the places that I'm better at than most places. And, let's see what we got tonight.
And you talk about your success here at the Tri-State Speedway. You've won here more than anybody has in a USAC National Sprint Car. Of course, Logan Seavey's had his fair share of success too, but do you feel like that's where you really have the advantage just based off your history tonight?
Yeah, I feel like, if I could have just kept it within 15 points going into the night, I always felt like I got a shot. So, even the last sprint week that we won, I was running third and coming into the last night here and ended up winning. So it's always just give yourself a fighting chance whenever you come down here. And, it is a place that we excel at. And, we're just going to try to take advantage of the opportunity, go out there, run good, and just let it, whatever happens, happens. And, I know that there's some people that are good here. Kyle's good here. I'm good here. The 92's been rolling this week. He's notoriously pretty good here. Mitchell, so it's not a given. But, I want to go out there, win the race and the championship. I feel like that's appropriate for the week. And, and it's weird. I've never actually won a sprint week race at Hobstadt, which it actually bothers me quite a bit, actually. But, hopefully we can check that one off the list tonight.
That would be nice as well. And for the Indiana Sprint Week title right now, there is a bit of separation between you and Briggs Danner back in third. So with that being said, are you more focused on what the 57 is doing, or are you going to be watching some of those other contenders that still have a chance at the Sprint Week title?
I'm not really focused on them. I pay attention, but I honestly could care less. I got to figure out my own stuff, and that's what you have to do here, is just figure out your own race car, not really worry about anybody else. Be aware, don't be blind to it, but go out there, do your job, and put yourself in the right spots, and go try to win the race.
Kevin Thomas Jr. after his third Indiana Sprint Week title here at the Tri-State Speedway tonight. Logan Seavey enters the final round of NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing as your points leader by a slim 4 points. And before we talk about the points battle, of course, you came into Indiana Sprint Week as the defending champion. So how cool would it be to get a rocking chair 2 years in a row in Indiana Sprint Week?
Yeah, it'd be unbelievable. Last year we kind of came out with a new team and didn't really know what our expectations were going to be, and yeah, had an unbelievable year and won Sprint Week in their first try. And I've obviously been trying for a few years now, but yeah, we just had a great year from start to finish, and that included Sprint Week. So this year hasn't been that same great year we wanted, but we really got going here these last few weeks just in time for Sprint Week, and yeah, it's been a great week, really. A few little minor hiccups, but overall we've had pretty consistent nights every night, and that's kind of what it takes this week. So I think both me and KT have both showed that. We both kind of have been in contention every night, maybe not really racing for wins every night, but we've been up at the front of the field every single night. So two great race teams right now going for the final night here at Hobstadt.
And I talked about that 4-point margin, obviously points available in qualifying, heat races, and obviously the feature event. We know how good how good he is here, I should say, at the Tri-State Speedway. So how perfect do you think tonight's going to have to be to lock up your second Sprint Week title?
Yeah, I think just gonna have to unload with some speed tonight and have confidence all night and go run a good race. So I think last year we ran third during sprint week, so I think if we put together a good night like that again, and if we can end up on the podium tonight and see where the points shake up, I think that's a good night. So you never know. KT obviously is super good here. He's won, I think, probably more than anybody, or right there with the best of the guys here to do it. So. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, for a long time I dreaded even coming to this place, and we won a major race here last year, and we ran third at sprint week. So I think we've got stuff trending in the right direction through this whole year, and also at Hofstadt. So I think there's a lot of people that probably already have us wrote off, but I think people that are paying attention probably know that this should and could be a pretty good finale here for sprint week.
And there is some separation between, obviously, you and KT, that 4-point margin, but there's a pretty large gap back to third. So with that being said, do you kind of hyper-focus on the 3R tonight, or do you run your own race? How do you approach this finale?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just kind of focus on ourselves really more than anything. Obviously, we want to keep the 3R behind us, but the best way to do that is just to go win, and everyone's behind us. So I think that's everyone's goal. I don't think we're really looking back at all. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people do probably think we are trying to see what we can do to kind of keep guys behind us. But I think we're all looking forward to looking at the top step of the podium. That's kind of our outlook everywhere we go. Places that we maybe struggle at, or places that we're really good at, we come in with the same attitude that we're going to try to win. And we've never won a sprint car race here before, but there's no reason why that can't be tonight.
Logan Seavey after his second Bridgeport Rockers in 2 years in Indiana Sprint Week. Kevin Thomas Jr. enters the finale.
So great to hear from both drivers prior to tonight's racing action. Looking ahead on the schedule, of course, a whole lot of racing yet to go here in the 2025 season. A little change of pace coming up here as we head to Salem Speedway with the USAC Silver Crown Champ Car Series. That's going to be on August 9th. August 16th, Silver Crown back in action, and it is one of two of the fabled Dirt Miles, the Illinois State Fairgrounds, coming up on August 16th. And then it is the three-night affair at Kokomo. We're talking SmackDown. The Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts Sprint Car SmackDown, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at Kokomo. Bloomington with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship on August 29th. DeCoin with the Silver Crown Series on August 30th. And then $10,000 to win up at Angel Park with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship on August 31st. Sprint cars back in action at Tri-City Speedway out of Granite City, Illinois. And then the long-awaited return to Lucas Oil Speedway, the Diamond and Dirt Tracks in Wheatland, Missouri, on September 6th. Of course, you can see the entire lineup of all three USAC national divisions when you go online to USACRacing.com. If you can't be there live, of course, you can see it all right here on FloRacing. And we've talked about it all week. FloRacing, a part of the Flow Sports Network, so not just racing, but pretty much anything you can imagine. Curling, yep. Boxing, yep. Wrestling, that's where it started. Basketball, baseball, bowling, even marching band. You can find it all with the Flow Sports Network. So sign up today and catch all the action. Of course, the racing you can find every lap of action with the United States Auto Club, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing, Kubota High Limits, and more. That is all on FloRacing. A look at the Parallax Passing Master points coming into tonight's finale of Indiana Sprint Week. And, of course, a $500 bonus up for grabs for the driver advancing the most positions each time they are on track. Briggs Danner leads that at 47 positions gained. Kevin Thomas Jr. second at 42. Jake Swanson also at 42 and third. Logan Seavey at 40 along with Cale Drake and Hayden Reinbold. 39 for Kayla Rail. CJ Leary at 38. 32 for Gunnar Setzer and Shane Cottle currently sitting at 29. As most of the equipment has made its way off of the racetrack right now, adding some moisture down to the racing surface. But here on the FloRacing broadcast, we're going to take another short break, and we'll be back to the class track.
Is the season for USAC Champ Cars at the Dirt Miles. The USAC Silver Crown Series throttles into the Springfield Mile at the Illinois State Fairgrounds on Saturday, August 16th. It's the 62nd running of the Bentonhausen 100 presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza with a driver lineup looking to score one of the most coveted trophies on the USAC schedule. Pits open at 7 a.m. Central, front gates at 9, practice at 10, and qualifying at 11:30, followed by the Last Chance Qualifier and the 100-mile feature at 2 p.m. Grab your tickets now at trackenterprises.com or at the gate on race day. USAC Silver Crown at the Illinois State Fair. Don't miss it. Don't even be late.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Car IQ Pay allows people to pay for all vehicle expenses without a credit card or a fuel card. As an all-in-one payment solution, Car IQ Pay takes care of every step of the fueling journey, from station routing to payment and fraud prevention to simplification to back-end reconciliations. Drivers can find the nearest fuel station right on the app's fuel map, or even filter locations based on their preferred merchant or fuel type. It's seamless. Just a quick enter of the pump number and you're ready to fuel up. Car IQ Pay generates an automatic virtual receipt that enters into a single transaction ledger, giving fleet operators a complete simplified view of their total spend. What's even more, Car IQ Pay gathers vehicle data to give fleets complete transparency into their fleet, from route behavior to overall share of wallet. Car IQ, the better way for fleets to pay. Find out more at gocariq.com.
Honest Abe Roofing is America's favorite roofing company.
They took the time to discuss all of our needs.
I couldn't be happier with my new roof.
The best part? They came in under budget.
Honest Abe Roofing helped us with their easy payment solutions, and now we can make low payments on the roof that we actually wanted.
I guarantee you'll get the best price for your roof. That's what my ironclad lowest investment guarantee is all about.
Race fans, use code RACE for 10% off of a full roof replacement from our executive collection.
There's a moment behind the wheel of what I've built, where power overrides gravity, and I hit that zero moment. Zero doubts, zero fear, zero competition. No rule or mold I can't break. And limits, absolutely zero. And there's a NOS Zero sugar to get me there.
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com, serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Power up your ride with True Brand Fuel Joules, the only time-release fuel treatment on the market. Fuel Joules cleans and lubricates while restoring power and performance, and its patented time-release formula increases fuel economy by up to 7%, saving you money at the pump, tank full after tank full. Plus, Fuel Joules races for a cause. We partner with the National Breast Cancer Foundation to fund life-saving early detection screenings for women in need. Visit TrueBrandProducts.com to get your bottle today.
Sprint car fans, the wait is over. The Western World Championship is back, and this year we're making the Western World great again. Avante Windows and Doors and AME Electrical have teamed up to bring you the biggest purse in Western World history. $15,000 to win, plus $15,000 in lap money. The best sprint car drivers in the country are storming into Central Arizona Raceway, battling for bragging rights, big money, and a legacy that lasts forever. This is the biggest sprint car race in Arizona. This is tradition, and this is War on Dirt. It's the Western World Championship. Are you ready? Make the Western World great again.
you have a secret talent?
No.
I don't think so.
Sometimes I don't think I have any talent, you know?
I do not have any talents.
Okay.
I can't whistle that great.
That's an
I don't have
anti-talent.
Not that I know of.
If he does, it's a really big secret because he doesn't know it yet.
No, I don't have a secret talent, I don't think.
Okay, me either. Can you fold a fitted sheet by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
I can't.
Absolutely.
That's 2 yeses, and I can't do it. So.
Well.
Oh, I can fold it.
But not good.
No, that wasn't the question.
No one can fold a fitted sheet by
No,
themselves.
not well anyway.
No.
People have said
No.
through here that they can. I'm like, you wad it up.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I already know the answer. You can't fold a fitted sheet by yourself.
Absolutely not. Anybody that can say that they can fold a fitted sheet is lying.
Liars.
They're liars.
All of them.
Especially KT has short arms.
Who is the go-to crew in the pits that always has the spare part that everybody needs?
Keith Coons.
Ryan Bold. Ryan Bold.
Okay.
I mean, he's got everything.
AME.
Probably Ryan Bold.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
All right.
Absolutely not. It's its own thing.
It's its own category.
It's its own thing. Like
Okay.
hot dog, chili dog, like it's its own thing.
I feel like this is really important to you.
I'm a hot dog enthusiast. No, it's a.
I don't know, it's a category all its own, right? Get hot dog with mustard.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So it's a sub, right?
Is a sub a sandwich?
No, because
Oh.
it's not split
Okay.
all the way through.
So the hinge is what?
I'm literally making this up.
Okay. What animal do you think you could beat in a fight?
Animal could I beat in a fight?
Animal I could beat in a fight. Probably a kangaroo. Could definitely be a kangaroo.
You think?
Yeah. I know I can.
Have you done it?
No.
How do you know?
The biggest animal you think you could beat in a fight?
No, just any.
Just any. Probably be pretty solid against a frog, you know? Yeah, I think I could do that. Yep.
I think I could pull that one off.
I think I could do that. Yep. Yep.
A coyote. Probably be a pretty fair fight. A small dog.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I
A
think so.
coyote?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it would be a good fight.
Okay.
It'd be a better fight than a goose. I mean, my dog at home.
Which one?
The little one.
Bet I could beat a crocodile.
They have really small arms.
Well, yeah. But he can use his teeth.
Oh, he's allowed to do it. You're not allowed to use your teeth.
Well, I can. I'm not sure it'd be a good idea. I'll
Okay.
use my fist. He'll probably end up using his teeth. I'm not sure that we can tell him not to.
Something small and docile. Probably like a rabbit.
A rabbit. What's your biggest racing superstition?
Racing super $50 bills.
Okay, that's a
I've
good
kind of
one.
eliminated everything else, but $50 bills have been fairly consistent.
One time I had a $50 bill the whole week at Chili Bowl, and CJ crashed like 4 cars that week. What's your biggest racing superstition?
$50 bills.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I don't shave on race days. I don't know that I'm fully superstitious about it, but I kind of was, and then it seemed to always go bad when I did, so I'm not risking it anymore. I guess that's where I draw the line.
Okay, so he's not superstitious, but he is.
Well, I'm a little stitious. Yeah, I like that one-liner. for
Okay,
sure.
good. What's your Mount Rushmore of gas station snacks?
So the PJ Fresh pizza.
Star Crunch. I don't even think many people even know what Star Crunch
I
are
do.
up here. So Star Crunch.
Drake, do you know a Star Crunch? Of course you don't.
See, this is the problem.
Flying J soup. Pretty solid.
Takis. The regular kind, not the blue crap that they come out with now.
The get-goes. They have like buffalo chicken bites.
Yeah.
They're pretty good from the get-go.
Mountain Dew Live Wire. Not that I need that.
And the fourth one, I'm gonna see good old NOS energy
That's
drink
fair.
from any gas station you can find.
Yeah.
Honestly, just some regular, like Lay's chips.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. If you were stuck on a deserted island with one other driver, who would it be?
Probably KT, I would think so.
Why?
I feel like he could use his resources pretty well. Probably build some stuff, build
camp and stuff. So from Alabama, right?
Yeah. Is that what they do there?
I don't know.
Jake Swanson.
Why?
We're buds.
That's it.
I don't know.
Nobody?
I don't know. You'd just be mad the whole time. Just be throwing stuff. Would we?
I'll go with KT because, well, at least he's going to have a hat. I don't know what we have. And I'll at least be able to shade myself.
If you were stuck on a deserted island with only one other driver, who would it be? And
Cody
why?
Swanson, because
Why?
he's reasonable. He doesn't seem like he's going to freak out in pressure situations. He doesn't annoy me.
I'm going to say Shane Cottle, in case there was anything heavy.
Big and scary out there?
Anything big and scary needs handled, anything bigger than a rabbit,
Yeah.
Shane's got it.
He's got it, yeah. What conspiracy theory do you absolutely believe in?
Conspiracy theory.
Let's do a lot of Joe Rogan.
The government probably took out some people. I won't say which ones, but I'll definitely say that the government is probably more involved than we think.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. Say it. Just say it.
Somebody never died, I guess? Would that be a conspiracy theory?
Yeah. Who are you talking about specifically?
I guess Michael Jackson. I don't know.
No, that you're
I
right.
I don't know anyone.
I don't believe we landed on the moon, but the moon might not even be real. Could be a projection.
Projection of what?
Just projected up into the sky.
By who?
The government.
Why?
I used to not believe in aliens, and there are times I wonder.
Have you had an experience?
No.
All of them. Every single
Give me
one.
one. Give me one. Give me one. Everything. Flat Earth, all of them.
All of them. I love them all.
What's the one that like you would die on that hill?
Oh, I don't know if I'd die on the hill for any of them.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. Do
That's it
aliens
counts.
count?
Yeah, that counts.
As a conspiracy
Because
theory?
the government's all like, no. you know.
Well, I feel like didn't they come out with a document saying that we're going to go with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
aliens. That's the official answer. What's the most random fact you know? All the information
I
just
am
drained out of his
not
brain.
very interesting.
A random fact I know.
So all the eels are the same eel? Like, except for electric eels, they're different.
Those are different.
But like, saltwater
Eels,
ocean,
freshwater.
up rivers, streams, get into lakes, the lakes dry up, they live in the mud, comes back, they're fine, then they just leave again. They don't really know like where they come from or how they reproduce. They have no reproductive parts, and they don't really know where they come from.
That's a conspiracy.
Just eels are, yeah, it's pretty wild. Sorry to take y'all on that.
Does social media make you feel better or worse about yourself?
I'm not big on social media.
Okay.
Like, it's fun to be on there, but then it's like how many hours you've seen. It's just like, it's kind of depressing how many hours you've seen.
You get that notification on Sundays too?
Yes.
Oh, worse. I hate social media.
I don't know that it makes me feel one way or another. They don't like me on there.
No,
typically.
they don't like anybody on there.
No,
to be fair.
No, they're not nice on there
they're
a lot.
not. No.
But I don't necessarily, doesn't really bother me.
They're not very nice to me,
No,
but
they're
it
not
doesn't
nice
make-
to anybody.
It doesn't make me feel bad. So I think it makes me feel better,
Okay.
but they don't like me, so
Hmm.
it doesn't bother me.
They don't like Drake either. What scrambles your brain every time you think about it?
I was sometimes trying to figure out why I'm not faster like I need to be.
Space.
Space, the
Yeah.
whole thing.
And how, like, the world, I don't have any exact facts, but the world is spinning very, very fast. But the galaxy is spinning very, very, very fast. And space is actually moving at an incredibly fast rate of speed.
And we're all just here.
We're all just hauling ass, but it doesn't really seem like we're going that fast.
Something other than race cars would be how to read a woman's mind. Yeah.
Well, you picked a tough nut to crack. I'll tell you that.
I feel like the obvious answer is like space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Damn eels.
Okay. How much time do you spend thinking about eels?
Too much.
Too much
Yeah.
time. Okay, that's
Yeah.
troubling. Yeah.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing as we are just about ready to go into tonight's opening ceremonies. The equipment has cleared. Crews and everybody getting back into their proper positions. For tonight's opening ceremonies, we'll have our invocation and, of course, at request. And as always, we will play God Bless America before we get into the playing of our national anthem. So as we get ready to go, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done so, please rise for tonight's invocation. We'll follow with Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA, and then, of course, into the playing of our national anthem. If you would, please bow your head with us this evening. Our Father in heaven, tonight, before we would ask of you, as always, we would go to you and give thanks for you. We thank you, Lord, for your glory, your grace, your teachings, and above all, it is your forgiveness which we are most thankful for. For, Lord, we admit that we fall short of your path and your ways, but you never fail to bring us back to your teachings and to your side for those who would turn to you and ask for your forgiveness. And now, Lord, tonight, we would ask of you. We would ask that you watch over the drivers who would compete here this evening, that the fires, the competitive nature, the free will that drives them to do battle, those fires would burn bright as ever. But it is sportsmanship, fairness, friendship, those virtues that would prevail in that moment that could be tarnished by a lifetime of anger and regret. We ask not only that you watch over the drivers who would compete here tonight, but on the fans, the crews, the officials, all who have gathered on these grounds, that you would watch over us in every aspect of our lives, and that you allow us to gather freely from persecution in this great nation. We ask all these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing. And we have got 4 heat races coming up here to start things off. Car IQ heat race number 1 has made its way out to the Speedway. 10 laps the distance. 5 going to move on into your feature event. Everybody else in your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature. Heat race number 1 set to roll to the green like this on the pole out of Brazil, Indiana. Driver the Brit Arrow, Timberland Limit Company, DNJ Power, DRC number 16. It's going to be Harley Burns. Outside row number 1, it's going to be Kel Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. It's the Duke of Curls behind the wheel of the Pendleton Farms, Bennick Enterprises, Claxon, DRC. Riding with Frank and Marilyn Bennick, number 2B. Next row from the inside, he's from right down the road in Princeton, Indiana. Driver the Avante Unos Adores Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Mach 1 Petty Performance number 3P. It's going to be Kyle Cummins. And from 4th, you'll find Hayden Reinbold. He's out of Gilbert, Arizona. The AME Electrical, Avante Windows and Doors, Indy Race Parts number 19. Chase Stockin, the Moose Racing, Brown Brothers Excavating, Daywick meets Lucas Oil Center, number 92 at Fort Branch, Indiana. He'll go from 5th, from 6th. Your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. At a race in City, California, the AME Electrical, the CFL Transportation, Kaiser, Spike number 19 AZ. That will be Mitchell Moles. Brady Short inside of your next row at Bedford, Indiana. The Edwards Motorsports, Spec Powered DRC, Auto Wheel and Rim, number 61M. And to his right, he's all the way from Teelamore, New South Wales, Australia. Driving the Supos, Claxton, Ripper Chassis, Yoss Valley Waste Services, number 45N. That is Troy Carey. 5th row from the inside. From the 9th starting spot, Kyle Shipley to Phoenix, Arizona. The Benz Asphalt, the Blind Man, Kistler, Triple X, BMV Farms, Black Gold Racing, 0G. And your final starter hails out of Spencer, Indiana. The Ace Corporation, AJ Felker Racing Engine, DRC Chassis, number 87. That is Tony Helton. As that'll be your scheduled lineup again for Car IQ Heat Race number 1 of 4 tonight with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship.
Both Reinbold Underwood Motorsports cars rolling off here in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. So that's not stressful or anything for those teams back in the pit area. But of course, Mitchell Moles picking up the Honest Abe Roofing Fast Time Award for the final night of Indiana Sprint Week. That's his second one of the week. And a really cool thing that Honest Abe Roofing did, and I think you mentioned it already, was compounding that bonus every time you score more than 1 fast time during the week.
Yeah, Logan Seavey, he's up to 1,200 on the week. So Mitchell Moles getting 400 here tonight for that quick qualifying run.
And if memory serves, Mitchell Moles has picked up the Fast Time Award the last several times, or at least in most of the last several times that we've been to Tri-State Speedway.
In fact, he was your quick qualifier here during the spring showdown, had a 13.003 for his quick qualifying effort. So Harley Burns in the 16, again slated to go from the pole position. 23rd last night at Bloomington, has yet to make a feature start with the United States Auto Club here at Tri-State. Trying to remedy that here tonight. Cale Drake in the 2B. Had to scratch after last night. Unfortunately, took a wild ride over the top of turns 3 and 4. And confirming with him before the races, I talked about this a little bit earlier, the right rear had gone down right as he got into the turn. It finally finished going down, stuck the wheel, and that's actually what vaulted him off at the top of the racetrack. And I gave him kudos earlier, and I'll give him a tip of the cap again. Voluntarily said, I'm going to go get checked out and make sure I am good to go. Doctor said, hey, you're good. Get back in the race car. He goes from the outside of run number 1.
Yeah, that was the responsible thing to do for both himself and everybody else.
So set to go this time at the NOS Energy start can. Burns brings him down to the drop of the green flag. We're underway in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. 16 is going to take off of the race leap out of that second spot immediately. The 3P, Cal Cummins, started the inside of that second row, trying to sneak up and see if he can grab some silver here right now. He's got his hand on bronze. He'll come around, and he'll stick his hand in the pocket of the 2B, and he'll walk away with a couple of coins of silver here up in a second, but not content there. He's looking for gold to the back straightaway. Challenge for the race lead here on Harley Burns.
So Kyle Cummins up across the front of the 16 of Harley Burns. He takes over the race lead in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. Cale Drake thought for a moment he was going to follow the 3P through, but not able to keep up just yet. So now he still sits in 3rd. Mitchell Moles up to 4th.
7-time USAC national winner here at the class track. Going to make his way through turns 3 and 4 to lead the way. Down to the inside for 3rd. Rolls the AME Electrical number 19 AZ of Mitchell Moles. Remember, the 5 drivers making it to the start-finish line first in this one. They're the ones going to be moving on. It's Cummins, Burns, Moles, Drake, and Reinbold right now sitting in those transferring positions. As Cale Drake able to get by for that third spot. Now it is Reinbold Underwood Motorsports running fourth and fifth. Driver chasing them on the outside looking in is Chase Stockin.
So Chase Stockin applying that pressure on Hayden Reinbold for that final transfer position. Mitchell Moles back up across Cale Drake. They've been sliding them each other coming out of turn number 4. And Chase Stockin way up the racetrack trying to make some speed happen.
Boy, and he found some speed. He flies the front end to the back straightaway and closes right up on the 19 here. Goes back to the top side through turns 3 and 4. As now they're side by side directly ahead of him. Cale Drake trying to fend off the charge of Hayden Reinbold. Both drivers going to be fending off the charge of Chase Stockin here in a moment. As they'll come around this time, we will have 3 laps remaining. Kyle Cummins leads the way in 3.
Yep, 3 laps to go for the 3P of Kyle Cummins, who is kind of walking away with this one so far, and it's not all that much of a surprise. Kyle Cummins always really tough to beat here at Tri-State Speedway. Chase Stockin continuing to get that thing wound up.
The top of 1 and 2 have really given him a good launch to the back straightaway. 3 and 4, not so much. Really kind of matching the speed of the cars in front of him. Trying again to avoid running that Elliott's Custom Trailers Kart semi-feature event, but the sand in the hourglass has nearly run out. The white flag is in the air. Kyle Cummins going to lead him onto the back straightaway one last time here in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. Keep an eye on the final transfer spot as they work around to the front straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. Kyle Cummins gets the job done in Car IQ Heat Race number 1. Harley Burns going to cross in second for the transfer spot. Reinbold holds on to it. Stockin going to cross in 6. Short carry Shipley and Helton unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you to Princeton, Indiana. Driver of the Avante Windows and Doors, Premier Recycling, Petty Performance Racing, Stanton Mach 1 number 3P. Race fans, give him a hand. Kyle Cummins. Harley Burns in second. Mitchell Moles in third. Cale Drake in fourth. Hayden Reinbold in fifth. Chase Stockin in sixth. Brady Short in seventh. Troy Carey in eighth. Kyle Shipley in ninth. And Tony Helton unofficially rounding out your field. The Avante Windows and Doors number 3P going to roll down into the infield. And we're going to send it down to Drake York.
Thank you so much, Brian. For the 9th time this season, Kyle Cummins is a heat race winner in Car IQ. Heat race number 1 here for the finale of Indiana Sprint Week. Of course, Kyle, one of the masters of the Tri-State Speedway. And it didn't even look like you were pushing that hard. Were you even giving it 100%? Because it looked like you were just effortlessly gliding through traffic out there.
Actually, pretty hard race. I'm trying not to spin out the whole time. You know, my car's it's not real good right now, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. Hot laps were great. Qualifying was terrible, and I felt terrible there too. So we got a lot of work to do. This will at least get us moved up a little bit to be in contention to race for the win. So we got to get a car a little bit better. But just got to thank Jerry Petty with Avante Windows and Doors, Premier Recycling, Lucas Oil of Evansville. There's just a bunch of people inside this car. S&C Machine with Rocky. Just got to thank everybody, you know, for busting their butt this week. It's been a grueling week, and we haven't had a lot of good shows to show off what we got here, but hopefully tonight we can get this thing rolling and put her in victory lane.
Kyle Cummins, you can never count him out here at the Clash Track. Reminder, he won the Spring Showdown here earlier this year at the Tri-State Speedway, and no matter how bad his race car says he is, at least, Kyle Cummins is always a contender.
Thank you very much. K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2 has staged out to the Speedway. Drivers slated to go from the pole of this one. On the wheel, that number 12. Comes to you at Hobstadt, Indiana. Drive the West Side Automation, England Machine and Tool. Vision 1 Composite Spec Mach 1 chassis number 12S. It's going to be Aiden Schmidt. Next to him, Eli Wilhelmus out of Newburgh, Indiana, driving the Jerry Agner Construction Traders Brewing Company. Larry's Automotive, number 55. Next row from the inside, Kendall Rubel. He's out of Vincennes, Indiana, driving the Martin's Auto Care. Brad Arthur Heating and Air Conditioning. Spec DRC, JR1 Racing, number 17. And from the 4th starting spot, you'll find Gunnar Setzer out of Columbus, Indiana. The Midwest 2 Mills, Davis Brothers, S&C Machine, number 5G. Next row from the inside, out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, the East Snyder & Sons Recycling, Shucks Roasted Corn, Boulevard Truck Repair, DRC rider number 39 is going to be Briggs Danner. And from 6, out of Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor Majestic Electric Factory, Kane, Lucas Oil Center, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Rocksteady Race number 3R of Kevin Thomas Jr. Sam Scott, inside of her number 4, he's out of Patoka, Indiana, driving the Thacker Concrete Spec DRC, Compton Farms number 7S, and outside him, Sam Hines. He is out of Westfield, Indiana. The Edge Rock Development, Hoosier Speed, Ice Guy VP number 71H. Carson Garrett out of Littleton, Colorado, the Working Distributors, Busch Light, Hornbeck Concrete, Dave Wig Meats number 15. He'll roll from 9th and from 10. set to beat Kobe Simpson at Bonham, Texas. The Beattown Automotive Circle C Adventures tops up here by Quality Threads, number 21K. As that'll be your scheduled lineup again for K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2. So Carson Garrett has been behind the wheel of the Epperson number 2E all throughout Indiana Sprint Week. The plan was, again, that they were going to bring the 15 back out here for tonight's racing action. Typically, you don't see the Epperson car make the trip down here, so just wanted to make sure and kind of clarify that 15. The plan all along was to have that car here tonight.
Yep, so they're following along with that plan. And, of course, Carson Garrett from this area, well, they're relocated to this area, and this is where they've lived since they've been in Indiana out of Colorado, he and his family. So kind of based out of here. This is their home base, and so that car, they've gotten a lot of laps here. They have some wins here. Probably pretty comfortable here in the 15.
Field set to go to green. Schmidt in the 12, Wilhelmus in the 55. On your front row, again, looking for 5 more to transfer onto the feature event. 10 laps the distance to the NOS Energy start can. We're underway. Good start for Wilhelmus on the outside. Going to jump out to the lead. Setzer quickly up into that second spot. Challenge for third now. Your pole sitter slipping back a little bit here in the 12. Going to snake wide. The 3R tries to take a look at him. You've got Rubel in that mix as well as Wilhelmus leads on lap number 1.
A lot on the line here for Kevin Thomas Jr. as he gets up into the 4th position, so now sitting well within a transfer spot with some room for insurance. He's got an Indiana Sprint Week title on the line tonight.
Remember, he trailed by 4 points coming into tonight. He is up by 1 post-qualifying. Right now finds himself at a transfer spot. One driver trying to fight his way in right now. That is the 39 of Briggs Danner. Trying to overcome a couple of rough nights here behind the wheel of that number 39 machine. Last night in qualifying, slipped off of the racetrack, found the wall, having to ultimately kind of dig his way out of a hole as we look back up front to the 55 of Wilhelmus leading the way. Setzer still running in second. Rubel chasing him. Kevin Thomas Jr. running in that 4th spot. A little bit of smoke off of the 12 right now. Looks like off of the headers and not out of the headers, fortunately.
The 15 of Carson Garrett pulling into the infield, so that will bring his K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2 to a close. All the while, still Eli Wilhelmus leading this one.
Kevin Thomas Jr. still right there, hot and heavy on that 3rd spot here. They're going to bolt to the back straightaway. The 3 this time going to drive it in about 10 foot deeper than the 17. Brings it across the racetrack, and he's going to have the 3rd spot here. The Martins Auto Care number 17 back to 4th. The 39 of Briggs Danner in the meantime reeling him in. He rides in that 5th spot. It's a long ways back till you find Sam Scott in 6th. Schmidt back to 7th. Hines and Simpson right now running at your running order. Wilhelmus in command though in 55.
Both Gunnar Setzer and Briggs Danner working on generating some speed on the top side of the racetrack, but it's not quite as good as the 3R is on the bottom. Once again, drives it in a couple feet deeper than Gunnar Setzer, who he just slid up across. Now Kevin Thomas Jr. takes over second.
Showing why he is an 8-time USAC National Sprint Car winner here. The Rocksteady Racing Inferno Armor number 3R jettisons down the back straightway into turns 3 and 4. Works to the inside line at the wave of the white flag. He's looking for the race lead. At the line by .015, it was Wilhelmus, but through turns 1 and 2, Kevin Thomas going to take over into the back straightway. Finds his way into turns 3 and 4 one last time. Wilhelmus going to try to turn to his inside. No dice. It is Kevin Thomas Jr. coming away with the win. Eli Wilhelmus in second. Kendall Rubel, Briggs Danner. So your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes here to Coleman, Alabama, driving the Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric Factory Kane, Indigo Strap Motors, Lucas Oil, Center Mach 1, number 3R. Give him a hand, Kevin Thomas Jr. Eli Wilhelmus in second, Gunnar Setzer in third, Kendall Rubel in fourth, Briggs Danner in fifth, Sam Scott, Aiden Schmidt, Sam Hines, Kobe Simpson, and Carson Garrett unofficially rounding out your field. Quick note, if you are looking on Race Monitor, this is why we say it's unofficial. The 5G, the transponder, dropped a lap, so he did cross in third as we'll take it down trackside.
Your K1 Race Gear Heat 2 winner for tonight is Kevin Thomas Jr. Now, KTJ, you've never won here during Indiana Sprint Week. How do you feel knowing you're one step closer?
Really good. Our car feels amazing. It's a good time to be good today. And, I feel like we got a car that's got a lot of grip and can maneuver and turn and do all the things that I need it to do. So, I've accomplished two of the things today that were weighing a little bit on my mind, getting qualified, getting through the heat race, and everything but maxed out points there. But I think, we got a good car for the feature, and, it's my job to not screw it up for 30 laps.
That will be more points added on for Kevin Thomas Jr., your K1 Race Gear Heat 2 winner.
Thank you very much. Driver on the pole here in USACgear.com. Heat race number 3 comes to you out of Robards, Kentucky. Driver the G-Nick Construction Spec DRC. Chalk 6 number 10 is going to be Eric Gentry. Outside of row number 1, she is out of Dillsboro, Indiana, the Southern Insurance. Clark's Home Service. Farm Chevy Built Spike. Blood Lubricants number 4K of Kayla Rell. Next row from the inside, you'll find Charles Davis Jr. He's out of Buckeye, Arizona. The MP Environmental, Black Magic Beat Breaker. Chuck Deeswiener, Central Arizona Speedway, FK Indy number 47. And next to him, the driver currently sitting second in Sprint Week standings out of Sutter, California. The Mountain Mechanical Contractors Drop Light. Bob Hurley RV, Carrington Homes, number 57. He is the defending champion of Indiana Sprint Week. We're talking about Logan Seavey out of Sutter, California. Next row from the inside, fresh off of a win with the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series last night up at Millstream in the MP Environmental 6X Management Group, one-way Triple X number 6 out of Goodyear, Arizona. It's going to be Logan Calderwood, and outside of him, you'll find Jaden Rogers. He's back in action out of Worthington, Indiana, driver the Baldwin Fox Racing. Fox Paving, Boer Farms, DRC number 5. Chance Crum inside of row number 4. He's out of Snohomish, Washington. Career best run last night at Bloomington. Ended up on the final step of the podium in the Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. FG3 Power, DRC Pit Logic number 83C. And next to him, Donnie Brackett. He's out of Fort Branch, Indiana, the Lucas Oil Center. Speedway Motors, DRC. CB Designs, K1 Race Gear number 4B. Final row for the inside, he's out of Terre Haute, driver the Maddox Heating and Cooling. Gressman, DRC. Pure Max Racing Gold number 28 is going to be Brandon Maddox. And your final starter comes to you out of Evansville, Indiana, the Full Throttle Automotive Smoking Bong Head Shop, Spec DRC, Yonkers OGs, number 12J. That is Steve Justice. As that'll be your scheduled lineup again for USACgear.com heat race number 3.
And so Genevieve just mentioned that they're qualifying pays points, heat races pay points, all of those things up to a certain position. And so Logan Seavey, I guarantee he knows that Kevin Thomas Jr. just won heat race number 2. So now he's got even a bigger task to face here.
You know, a lot of these drivers, they'll sit down in staging and they've got their phone in there. They've got the FloRacing app pulled up. They're watching what's going on, trying to assess where they need to run on the racetrack. They got crew members out watching and telling them and giving them information. So definitely so. He knows what's on the line. There's a $25,000 check after this 8-race affair going out. And Logan looking for another one. KTJ looking to add another one to the living room and make it 3.
And Logan Seavey qualifying out of the inversion tonight. So in reality, if he wants a track position starting spot tonight, he's got to win this heat race.
Yeah, with the way the lineup works in the feature, it goes back to your qualifying time. Once we get through the 6 fastest qualifying drivers advancing, then the heat race winners, and they're arranged by qualifying time as well. So as they make the way out of turn number 4, we'll see how things shake out. We're underway here in USACgear.com heat race number 3. Kayla Rell going to jump out to the early advantage.
Kayla Rell shot out of a cannon. That leaves Gabriel Gilbert fighting with Charles Davis Jr., who is moving up through the field.
Charging Charles through the middle. Logan Seavey going to look to his back bumper. 3 wide for third. Here comes the Mountain Mechanical number 57. He'll take over the show position. Charles up into second. They're chasing Kayla Rell. Kayla had a blistering lap during Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Qualifying not so well. Ends up on the front row, but again, trying to salvage things and get that heat race win right now with a good run to the back straightaway. Half a stretch advantage over Charles Davis Jr. with Logan Seavey continuing to chase in third.
The battle is for the transfer spot as Eric Gentry sits back in that 6th position now with Logan Calderwood moving up to 5th.
So Calderwood, who was absent from USAC competition last night, went across the border to Ohio to a victory here. Going to try to race his way into the show. Driver all the way from Goodyear, Arizona. Battle behind him, the 10 and the 83 going to start to duke it out here. Chance Crum running in 7th, Eric Gentry running in 6th. Up front, it is still Kayla Rell in command of the 4K. Davis still running in 2nd. Seavey searching his line around in that 3rd spot. Then you got Jaden Rogers in 4th. Calderwood still running in 5th. Gentry, Crum, Maddox, Brackett, and Justice rounding out your running order.
And you mentioned that Kayla Rell had a really good lap in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, struggled a little bit more in Honest Abe for qualifying, and now setting sail in USACgear.com heat race number 3. She gets a little bit tight in the corner there, but keeps it going. Kyle Cummins mentioned he felt a similar pattern.
Tips that thing up on the right side through turns 1 and 2. Rell going to come around this time to 3 to go. A lot of laps on this track outside of sprint car action in the Midwest Mini Sprint, so definitely utilizing that track time to her advantage here. Battle for the 3rd spot. Here comes Rogers working the inside, and that Baldwin Fox number 5, caution. Maddox sitting backwards to the field over in turn number 2. So Kayla Rell, who had a really good rhythm going, now going to have to fend off the field here on the restart. Charles Davis going to restart in that 2nd position. Logan Seavey Probably very thankful to see that caution come out. Jaden Rogers had a run on him off the exit turn number 4. Rogers going to restart in that 4th position. And Calderwood now going to hold on to the final transfer spot. He and the 10 had a pretty good little battle for that spot in the early goings of this one.
Yeah, I did. And actually, I called Eric Gentry, Gabriel Gilbert, because that was the last time I saw the 10 and my brain is jello. So that one's on me. You know what? I'll take responsibility for that one.
It's all right.
But nonetheless, Logan Calderwood, man, and I think I've said it darn near every night, they've had a ton of speed this week.
They really have, and Logan, who it just every year, every time he gets in the car, just gets better and better. Of course, coming out of the wing ranks, he started down with the Southwest region of the American Sprint Car Series in his early career, raced with the USAC Southwest Sprint Cars a little bit, raced with some of the different non-wing deals that were going on down there, and then also spent some time racing in Knoxville. Good to see him up here taking on Indiana Sprint Week as they work past the NOS Energy start can. We're back underway.
Logan Seavey immediately to the top side of the racetrack, trying to generate some speed, getting by the 5 of Jaden Rogers. Now he's going to pressure Charles Davis Jr. on the bottom.
Goes ahead and drops the deck over in turns 3 and 4. Davis wide, Seavey low. It's going to be charging Charles, going right back to that 2nd spot. Kayla Rell, nice and smooth at both ends of the racetrack. Not intimidated one bit here. She's going to come around this time to the wave of the white flag. As I say that, Davis going to close a little bit. Seavey right there as well.
1 lap to go for Kayla Rell, who's going to try to protect on this lap. Slides out a little bit wide, but she's got plenty of space between herself and the 47 of Charles Davis Jr. Kayla Rell bringing it around, but one more last lap effort out of Chuck D. Not going to get it done. Kayla Rell, your winner of USACgear.com heat race number 3.
Charles Davis Jr. in 2nd, Logan Seavey in 3rd, Jaden Rogers in 4th, Logan Calderwood with the final transfer spot into the feature event. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, she's out of Dillsboro, Indiana. Driver of the Southern Insurance, heavy-duty truck and transmission services, farm Chevy belt spike, industrial hydraulics, and corporate number 4K race fans. Give her a hand, Kayla Rell. Charles Davis in 2nd, Logan Seavey in 3rd, Jaden Rogers in 4th, Logan Calderwood in 5th, Eric Gentry in 6th, Chance Crum in 7th, Donnie Brackett in 8th, Brandon Maddox in 9th, and Steve Justice rounding out your field in 10th. Let's go down trackside.
Well, she may be from Dillsboro, Indiana, but I think we can call her a local down here in Hobstock. Kayla Rell, so many laps here, especially in the Lightning Sprints. You've won here in the past in the Lightning Sprints to get your first USAC National Heat Race. I would say, like I said, kind of your home track. How big of a deal is this for you and the team?
This is a really big deal, and for it to be at Hobstock, Indiana, this might be 3 hours away from home, but this is my home. This is my track, and when a heat race means everything. The team is doing amazing. My dad, it's been a struggle. My dad's been working really hard, and we have some new crew team. Caleb Nichols coming out to help with us, and Bobby and my brother, and happy birthday to him. He's a little butt much sometimes, but he's 15, and he helps me so much.
Kayla Rell, how about her race fans? For the first time in her career, she's a winner in a heat race competition with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. She gets the job done in USACgear.com heat race number 3.
I like it.
I think I better put that back into my vocabulary.
When it's family, you can do that.
That's nostalgia.
I like it. Us millennials appreciate things like that. Cookout Heat Race number 4 out to the Speedway now. We'll have Travis Millen of Victoria, Australia on the pole. This one, the GTH, VAC, and Electrical, Miller Power, DRC, King Fiberglass, Advanced Living Solution number 93 AU. Outside of him, you'll find Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, the Superior Tank and Trailer, Stinson Powered, Vasika Valley Transportation, Haley Motorsports number 41. Next row from the inside, that is going to be Carson Short. He's out of Marion, Illinois, driving the Auto, Wheel, and Rim, Spec DRC, Edwards Motorsports number 21M. And from the 4th starting spot, Jake Swanson, he's out of Anaheim, California, the Inland Rigging Snake Enterprises, One-Way DRC, Doughboys LLC, number 5T. From the 5th starting spot, he is out of Greenfield, Indiana, driver of the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, One-Way DRC, Team Arizona, Quebec Virginia, Racing number 21AZ. It's going to be CJ Leary, and the driver from 6 in this one, out of Rockland, California, the Suburban Subaru, Dean's Waterfront Services, Donna DRC number 12, the Madman, Robert Blue. Inside of row number 4, he's out of Owensboro, Kentucky, the Butch and Billy's Diesel Services, Maxim Oakley Motorsports number 36 is going to be Colin Ambrose, and outside of him, the human highlight reel is going to be Jeff Ensign out of Sebastopol, California, the Quick Time Electric, Independence Heating and Cooling number 00X. Now, your final row. is going to be the 16B of James Boyd. He's out of Illinois, driver of the Wolf Motorsports. Xavier Roofing, Watson's Top Crop, Terry Cummings powered DRC chassis number 16B. That'll be your scheduled lineup again for Cookout Heat Race number 4.
And Mitchell Moles mentioned it during his Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifier interview that the track during qualifying was a little bit different than what we typically see for that part of the night for Tri-State Speedway. He's suspected that after the rework that it would go right back to normal, and I would say that's exactly where we're at right now.
So Travis Milla in the 93 AU, going to bring him down to the drop of the green flag. A feature start this week at Terre Haute. Ran 16th. So Australia from the pole, California stepping around the outside in this one.
Making up that entire outside row as they come to the green flag.
Miller going to take him off into turns 1 and 2. He's going to roll to the middle groove. He's going to have Lewis to the outside, short to the inside, and here comes Leary into that mix. CJ Leary trekking around the bottom side of the speedway. 1, 2, 3. He's got them all, and he'll add that to the collection, and he'll come around with a race lead. Leary, ooh, look out, Ricky Lewis. Near disaster averted there over in turns 1 and 2. The 41 keeps it rolling, but he drops out of a transfer spot here. As through all of that, you'll have Carson Short up in a second, Milla third, Swanson fourth, Ballou now into the top 5.
Robert Ballou working his way up toward the front. He sits in the 4th position right now with Jake Swanson sitting in that final transfer spot. Ricky Lewis going to have to drive it a little bit harder now that he's 1 spot out looking in.
Just catching the very end of that is Lewis all of a sudden into the wall and was able to keep it rolling though, but Robert Ballou on the charge up into second here, works by Short, going to take it wide through turns 3 and 4 up into the Fluff and the Madman. He is moving here. Speaking of moving, making quick moves on the start of this one, CJ Leary. Setting him up and knocking him down, able to come around for the race lead in the opening lap. What an incredible 3-for-1 pass that he had over in turns 3 and 4. Ballou trailing by almost 2.5 seconds right now. Carson Short running at 3rd, Swanson running at 4th. Ricky Lewis in the meantime working back up into a transfer spot here.
4 laps to go. CJ Leary momentarily going to be at the back of the field as the 00 Jeff Ensign pulls down to the infield. CJ Leary approaching lap traffic right now in Cookout Heat Race number 4.
Works by the 16B here to put him a lap down as we have 3 laps remaining. Ensign, the 00 still rolling through the infield, just getting himself positioned to get pushed off the racetrack here once this one reaches its conclusion. But the Curb Records, Team Arizona Curb Packaging number 21AZ in command of this one. Robert Ballou continuing to trail. Works to the inside of the slower car here as they work onto the back straightaway. In the meantime, white flag coming this time. Leary in the 21AZ, trying to race it to his 11th career Sprint Week start here at the class track and work off into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag gonna greet the 21AZ. CJ Leary gets the job done here in Cookout Heat Race number 4. Robert Ballou gonna cross in second. Carson Short in third, Jake Swanson and Ricky Lewis. Those 5 drivers moving on into your feature event. Great comeback by Ricky, as for a moment I thought he was going upside down, was able to race his way back into the 5th spot. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, out of Greenfield, Indiana, the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, Curb Packaging and Racing Team Arizona, 21AZ. Race fans, give him a hand, CJ Leary. Robert Ballou in second, Carson Short in third, Jake Swanson in fourth, Ricky Lewis in fifth, Colin Ambrose in sixth, Travis Milla, James Boyd, and Jeff Ensign running at your field. Let's go trackside.
Your Cookout Heat 4 winner for tonight is CJ Leary. CJ having a significant gap during that heat race, but take us through that turn 1 pass.
Yeah, for sure. Just a lot of experience running here and watching the other heat races. It felt like the bottom was really good to get a good pass on the start. So Mike Burkhardt has been back there putting his head against the wall a little bit about this racetrack, and it feels good to have a fast race car down here. And we've had speed all week. Unfortunately, lost that tire last night in the feature. So hopefully we'll start on the front row this one tonight and try and park it in victory lane.
That is CJ Leary taking tonight's Cookout Heat 4 win.
Thank you very much as they will clear the infield. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature lineup being calculated. Before we get to that, we have our Midwest Mini Sprints. They're going to be making their way out to the racing surface for their heat races.
Race fans going to be lining up inside of row number 1 for tonight's Spec Racing Engines Heat Race number 1. It'll be the Hoosier Speed, Hoosier Scrapbooking, Sanger Excavating number 22 of Jordan Shipley. And to his outside, the 1-2